What up, what up, what up, y'all? It is 8 o'clock in the East. Y'all already know
Hey,
what it is. It is Around the Way with Stacks and Nic Jay. Oh, we got
hey,
Becca in the building this
that's
evening.
me.
We got a lot of stuff to go over, but before we get into that, let's start with Becca. How was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good. It was Jasmine's birthday on Saturday, so she's the big preteen now. She's 12.
Oh, had the birthday
So
cousin.
we did breakfast, and then we did trampoline park birthday party, and then we did dinner. We did gifts. We did a sleepover. So yeah, it was a busy weekend full of kids for me, with the mom of only one. So you could imagine.
That's cool. You had a bunch of kids running around your house or whatever. I mean, what y'all did
Well,
something
only
else?
only yeah, only one stayed over, but I was in charge of all the kids when we got to the trampoline park where an actual party was. So there was some parents there, and some parents. Listen, parents, I feel y'all. I feel you. We eye to eye, but dropping your kid off and just driving away, like you don't know me and you don't
Yeah.
know. You know what I'm saying? Like some parents stayed because they wanted to, be with their kid and enjoy it. And some of the parents didn't even come inside the party. They slowed down. The kid jumped out the car and they kept on
Mhm.
going. I
Oh,
was like,
so you mean like when we was growing up?
you know what I'm saying? One kid came in and I was like, hey, where's your mom? He was like, oh, she left.
Oh.
I was like, she didn't even come and say, hey, I'm
I like
Isaiah's
it.
mom. I'm somebody's mom.
Independence.
Hi, how are you? Like, she don't know what I
You said
look like.
independence?
Put them out there in the wild and let them figure it out. God damn it. It's a rough world out there. You're damn right. I
Okay.
love it. Damn
Listen,
right.
fly, bird, fly.
Nick, how you do? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Had a good romantic weekend.
Ooh,
So everything was everything.
not tuck and roll, Trey.
Okay. Well, all right.
Wait, I want some more details. Romantic, like what you do? Where'd you go?
Oh, we went out. Her homie had a birthday party, so we went over there.
Oh, okay.
Um,
A little kickback.
had a nice gay weekend. So
Not gay. Stop
well,
it.
yeah, it was,
I had a very heterosexual weekend, and you had a very gay weekend.
yeah, it was very nice.
Good, good.
All right. Well,
How was
Stack.
your weekend, Sax?
I worked all weekend, so
Oh,
Oh
that
man.
blows.
it is what it is. I hey,
When are
I
you
can't
off?
complain. Huh?
When are you off?
You said when am I off?
Right
Yeah,
now.
I'm off
that's your
right now.
next day off.
I'm off. I'm off right now to the mall.
When is your next day off?
That's to be determined.
Oh,
I just took on a new role, so I'm really not complaining. I knew what I signed up for,
Nice.
so half the time if you hear that I'm working, I most definitely am. I mean, how can I put this? I'm going to be working more, but kind of working less at the same time.
ah,
Like working every day, but not as much. If
Okay.
that
Yes.
makes sense.
Yes. Well, a wise woman, Diamond, once said, "Make the money, don't let the money make you."
Oh wow. Went back to the Players Club on that one, huh? All right, before
Right.
we get into the shits, man, let's thank I'm gonna thank the squad first and foremost. The guys podcast team. You got Sean, you got Merv out there, you got Mark, you got Tina B, you got the street team, General Tazon. Uh y'all on the screen. I ain't thanking y'all. Y'all
oh,
here right now. Y'all know
Thank
my
you,
heart.
Nick
Y'all
J,
ready to go.
for
yeah.
showing
Thank
up
you,
today.
Becca.
Y'all-
Because we're just top liver.
I want to thank everybody that's out
We'll
there
be
on
fine.
Facebook Live, YouTube Live, 1 Mile High Radio. We on Stream TV Channel 6, by the way. We got our own shit now. Y'all need to be checking us out on that. Download and get in fucking involved. That's what you need to do. Okay, who else we need?
Oh, there you
Our
go.
wonderful listeners out there on 1 Mile High Radio, and people that's in the background that's helping us out. partners, seen and unseen. We fucks with you like you fuck with us. You know?
Yes, we love you like a fat kid love cake, and we love cake.
Absolutely. Okay, we are going to start off on a somber mood. Something that just happened a couple hours before we came on. Olivia Newton-John, famously known. She's a singer, but famously more so known, I guess, as far as we know her from Grease. I mean, it's that's one of those movies that I don't know. How can I explain it? It's a white movie that is, I think that is I wouldn't say a part of Black culture, but it's a movie that, you know, that I think everybody has seen. And that's one of those movies where if I see it on TV, I usually watch it. I think it's a musical, and I dig musicals, but Olivia Newton-John died at the age of 73, and she of course she played Sandra Dee? Sandy. She co-starred alongside John Travolta in one of the most famous musicals of all time, Grease. They remade it. I didn't care too much for them remaking it, but hey, it is what it is. But Olivia Newton-John, legendary singer, actress, dead at 73. Y'all take
from Let's Get Physical.
Say again?
Let's get physical.
Let's get physical.
Okay. I mean, what else she did? I mean, I don't know. Help a brother out. That's what you do. Help me out.
She was on she did like a few things. I saw her on something else.
You said you saw her on something else.
She's done a few things.
Yeah,
right.
like
we know her really for Grease, but she's done a few things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was in
Yeah.
She was in Face Off.
She was in. You talking about with Nicolas Cage and John? She was in Face Off.
I love that movie. Yeah, she was in Face Off.
I did not know she was in Face Off.
She did another movie with John Travolta, Two of a Kind. She played Debbie.
So she got two other movies with John Travolta in addition to Grease. I did not know that. It's a fun fact right there.
She did Grease and Two of a Kind. Yeah, interesting.
All right.
That's one of those things like you can't picture, like when you still talk about remaking it, like with who? Because nobody else could be Sandra Dee but Olivia Newton-John, right? Like nobody else could do that role. So it's like a gift and a curse. We know she's so famous for that role, but that's really honestly all we know her from. We have to go look for other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But rest in peace to Olivia Newton-John. That's one of those white movies that Black people love. It goes on that list.
Let's just call it what it is.
Okay. Right next to White Chicks.
Hey, I have no idea why this shit was an actual CNN alert, but hey, we got to cover it. It's breaking news. It was breaking news. It was just like yesterday. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson split, and nobody saw this coming. But what I mean by nobody is everybody. That's what I mean by that.
Everybody saw it coming. The gig was up. The contract was up. That's it. 9 months. That's it. Had they had 9 months, had a baby. That's it. Boom.
My thing is that it wasn't a matter of if to me. It's a matter of when. But my question is she? I'm hearing rumors that her and Kanye are kind of like reconnected. How true is that?
0% true. She don't want that nigga. She don't want no parts of this crazy behind.
So why is Kanye trolling Pete then?
Because that's what he does. He trolls.
I don't know if I would have enough time in my life if I had that much money to troll over stuff like that.
But I mean, what else is Kanye doing? Like, Kanye has so much money, he doesn't need to do any kind of real work, right? So he got nothing but time on his hands to troll Pete. And he probably puts that on his daily schedule. Wake up, wash face, brush teeth, eat breakfast, troll Pete. Like, it's in the schedule. So why not? He's bored. bored and it's fun for him. So hey, why not?
No thoughts on this one, Nick? You kind of silent.
She don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. I just thought it was really creepy how he had gotten her and Kanye's kids' initials tatted on him.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop.
You didn't know that?
Stop the fucking presses. Say that again.
Yeah, he had gotten their initials, the kids' initials tatted on his neck.
Yep.
That was really weird. It was a overstep for sure. And like, what was the point?
You talking about one of those like the kids tattoo where you can wipe them shits off at the end of the day or whatever?
Nah, permanent.
No, sir. It's
and
permanent.
like, I never want to what FBI raid is Trey talking about?
Hey, I ain't even put that in there because it's too political, but they raiding Mar-a-Lago right now. Back to what we talking about.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Going down. Yeah, he's going down.
Well, damn, I'm about to bye.
Multitask.
Yo, but that does seem.
Yeah, but he did get the initials tattoo on his neck, and this was like very shortly after they got together, and he's been doing all kinds of stuff.
It was being. I don't know the man. I'm not accusing the man of anything, but like it was it.
It's
like some people do things that aren't like
normal,
pervish, but it's like perv adjacent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, it's very creepy, weirdo.
Yeah, it's like
you're talking about the initials,
like real creep. Yeah, he's in like creep territory. I won't say perv. He's in creep territory.
You know what? That's your take. I just think it's sheer stupidity. I mean, we can go with both. I think because I didn't. So he tattooed Kanye, the initial of Kanye and kids.
Yeah, Northwest.
All of them, right?
Yeah, what's the
that
baby
is a
name?
horrible attempt. Was he trolling or
Psalm?
Yeah. It was very weird.
Oh, I mean, Chicago. I can't remember the fourth baby.
I don't know.
Dang, and he shouts the baby out in his song.
I'm at a loss for words. I don't know. Would it like Uncle Clifford said? Would they do that at? I mean, what the fuck they do that at?
Right. They don't call it Holly weird for nothing. Niggas do weird shit.
You know what? Let's move along. I ain't got time for this shit right
Saint. How did we forget about Saint?
Saint. Oh, the last one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the name, man. I just focus on the fact that he got that man's kids tattooed, and they ain't even been together for what, a year? Did they even make
9 months? Weird. Yep, it's only been 9 months. Ain't been that long.
That, you know what? I have you ever seen the Boondocks where they had like the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the little play on the Kardashians
episode?
I feel as though that was some like scripted type. That whole relationship was some like scripted type shit. Like, because this is classic Kardashian shit where they do shit for headlines and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they.
Oh yeah, that's what we always say about Chris.
Yeah,
Move right along. Hey, check this out. I am so glad that you brought this up because let me tell you, this shit right here.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
You talking about this is probably the worst logistical nightmare in concert history.
Yes,
absolutely.
And for the listeners, he's referring to Netflix's Trainwreck Woodstock 99.
Yes, that is. You know what? I am so glad you pointed that out because I mean, like you said, don't get caught up on visuals, Becca. Yeah, I'm talking none of this. Trainwreck Woodstock 99. That's now on Netflix. I ended up watching it on yesterday, and I was like, "What in the entire fuck?" So, 1969, when they did like the original Woodstock, that shit was dope. I mean, 10 years before any of our coming, but it was all love and peace. It was a music festival on a scale. I think that was probably one of the biggest music festivals probably in United States history, maybe. Yeah. At that time, maybe. But they had all these acts, and that's when classic rock and all that stuff was was that deal, because I'm a fan of classic rock, but they had all these acts, all these groups. Of course, you're gonna have people out there. This was during the hippie movement and stuff like that. You had people dropping acid, and you got people smoking weed and all that good stuff. So it was a really good time. So they tried to emulate that, I guess, in Woodstock '99, and I guess it started out, kind of that way. Who want to jump in there, because this was fucking riveting to me. I'm sorry.
So I remember seeing the advertisements and the build up for it on MTV back in the day, and they made it out to be like this cool thing, the 30th anniversary of Woodstock, back up to upstate New York, and it's gonna be this and this and this and this and this, and the music that the artists that they had, they weren't peace, love, and all of that stuff necessarily, but they were current for the times.
Listen, I watched this and I was completely blown away. I've never watched something stunned the entire time. I was like, the entire time. It was so, I'm watching it and I was just so befuddled that I had to actually write notes, because I was like, I gotta make sure that this is known. Like, so when you think of festivals, right, we think of the normal festivals we do right now, right? We're thinking of Coachella, we're thinking of Dreamville, we're thinking of Rolling Loud, Essence, like big situations where they're music festivals. But this, just exactly what Lady said, a complete shit show. Like, when you look up shit show in the dictionary, it's going to be a picture of Woodstock. First of all, when I was watching it, and I think I told this to you earlier, Stacks. When I was watching it, all I was thinking was, "And y'all mad at Travis Scott?" Make it make sense to me. Point. That's all I kept thinking about. Like, what happened with Travis Scott, and let me just say this, was tragic. Very tragic. Look at these pictures. Like, look at that. Look, and you can't even tell what that is. Just, you know how many people that is?
Yeah.
I'll tell you how many people it is. 220,000 people.
And this is the end.
220,000 people. And Lady, people were muddy and dirty as fuck. You know what that was? That was, and listen, I had to, I'm not lying, y'all. I got notes.
Shit and mud and piss.
Listen, 1,200 pounds and almost 500 gallons of human waste. That was not mud. That was, they only had 2,500 toilets there that they never cleaned. And they started to bust pipes. So that's water and human feces that they're in, not just mud. It was so much bacteria and just nastiness stuff all over the place that these folks that look like this and not like this, were just rolling around in it like animals. I was like, oh my goodness. So, Stacks, if you don't mind, I want to go through this real quickly because I need y'all to understand what I'm saying. Okay.
We saw it.
Listen. Okay. Continue. So when y'all think of 220,000 people, you think of how are they going to manage these people? There was 3,000 private guards, hundreds of Peace Patrol volunteers, 500 state troopers, and local police, and that was still not enough. Mind you, the state troopers, some of them were arrested later on because they were found taking naked pictures of people. They were suspended because women were trying to be like the hippies in '69, so they went completely naked, showing everything. And there's pictures of these state troopers taking evidence of them taking pictures with these naked women. Now, mind you, by the time that the festival was over, half of the staff had to either quit or got fired. That's first of all. Then what made it so bad was that the artist that was performing, Limp Bizkit and Red Hot Chili Peppers, they knew about these things that was happening in the crowd, and not only did not want to stop it, but they egged it on.
Hey, wasn't Korn the one who really got it wrapped up? Nick, Korn was the one who really
Limp Bizkit.
Fred
Red
Durst,
Hot
right?
Chili Peppers went on last.
Oh, okay, got it.
But
You're right.
Biscuit really got them amped up. Corn was the day before, but Bush was able to like kind of get them back down.
I tell you what,
if I remember correctly, I watched this like
before I get into the really concerning stuff that I mean about how I think this it said a lot about how we think about things like sexual assault, and things of that nature. I don't want to get into that just yet. I want to kind of talk about the logistical nightmare that it was. Okay, so I want to say they were staying like in a tent city. They were trying to emulate everything from Woodstock '69 almost to a T. So I guess they had like a tent city out there or something like that. The issue is that they pretty much ran out of resources. There was massive price gouging.
Yeah.
So when you get limited resources, we all seen these like extinction level event movies where basic social services break down and shit like that. It typically ends with people being out of their minds. You add drugs into the mix. You add testosterone into the mix. You got a fucking powder keg, and this shit ended up exploding. Huh?
And rock music.
Right, and you got mosh pit. I'm not even going to lie to you though, but the part where I forgot what it was, but they were describing how you could just move some of the acts had the ability to just move that it like a wave. Like I think they were.
Well, that was Limp Bizkit.
Like this. Yeah, with Limp Bizkit, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. That looked dope. How the crowd. I mean, it looked very dangerous as well. But to have control over a crowd like that, just crazy. $4 for a bottle of fucking water. I think they ended up going up to like $8 at the day two or whatever.
Listen, it was crazy, and then that was only there wasn't enough water for the people. Like they were so thirsty. That's why they started busting the water pipes, because there was technically free water, but the line was almost half a mile long to get water. And you're thinking of 220,000 people in the hot sun at a rock concert that some of them were probably on drugs or probably high on something.
Yeah, the vast majority was on drugs.
Listen, and they were out there trying to get water and couldn't, and got dehydrated and angry.
Yeah.
Like, no, it was bad. And then you think about like the music. We've talked about this before many times, that music is a mood, right? It puts you in a mood. So there was a lot of times like Limp Bizkit where the mayor was asking them not to do certain songs.
Yeah.
And one of them pretty much said, fuck it, we're going to do it anyway. And there was no care at all about the crowd or nothing. They actually was egging on the crowd. Like there was one part where the anti-gun organization decided it would be a good idea to give out candles that they can light during one of their songs.
that was one of the worst
under the bridge. It was the worst idea, because
one of the worst decisions of the entire festival.
Listen, they used those candles
here.
Yeah.
Before we get right to the end, because that was right at the end. The thing that really concerned me was that it was so many teenagers, like the girls, like some of the girls that they were interviewing, they were talking about how they were 14, they were 15. And it was like, who allows their kids to like it? That was the weirdest thing to me, outside of, the corporate bullshit. That was strange to me, allowing like your young teenage children to go on this long distance trip to this music festival for days on end. That was strange.
Yeah.
Maybe in the late 60s that was normal.
That's the 90s.
Well, I mean, there was kids at the Travis Scott concert. They were with adults, but I'm sure they were young kids there too.
Yeah, but Woodstock 99 and Woodstock 69, even though, it wasn't crazy like 99, just not a place for kids, man. You got too much shit going on. You got a bunch of people walking around naked, male and female, and for some strange reason, this was during the era where if you had guys that was just grab, they see some titties, they just grabbing. Like, I mean, you got people, and that's one thing I guess it's kind of crazy because that's textbook definition of sexual assault. Yes. Just because somebody's walking around with their titties out, or I want to be equal opportunity, or with their genitals out,
right?
It doesn't give anybody the right to grab said genitals or said titties. And they talked about that.
And you could see it even like some of the videos. Really gross.
Yeah.
And you had somebody naked. Some of the ladies that interviewed, and they said that they were, you know how you do the crowd surfing.
Yeah.
And they said that a lot of them said that dudes was copping feels. I mean, and I don't know. It's
there were several sexual assault cases after this concert, after this festival. Several of them. Quite a few of them.
I don't remember. Did anybody get sued?
Anybody not officially get sued, but those cases of sexual assault, did go up. Now, were they paid? I don't know what the result of that was, but there were definitely quite a few of them after.
I was kind of floored over the whole van or the truck incident where they drove the truck into the crowd, and come to find out it was I guess a young lady in there. I found that extraordinarily weird, simply because whatever's going on inside this van, I mean, you got at least two people in there that's really not giving a fuck, because they're driving into a crowd, and it seems as though a rape was in progress, or statutory rape or something like that was going on. But what type of drugs are you on where you're just driving into a crowd like that?
PCP.
Very, very sad. And the organizers, and it's just amazing how oblivious they were. Y'all saw them on those interviews, like, everything's fine. It's like y'all see the little meme where the house is burning in the background. You see the little dog saying, "Oh yeah, it's fine." That's exactly how it was. It was an absolute, complete shit show. The only thing I can say that's positive about that event is that it didn't involve our people. That's all I can really tell you about.
Right.
That's my goodness. And I don't think there's going to be I don't see a Woodstock. What would it be? Woodstock 39?
So it's every 30 years?
60?
Huh?
You talking about 60? You're thinking 2039, but that was
2039. 2039. Yeah, because we're in the new roaring 20s right now, I guess. Of the 2000 version of the roaring 20s. We got anything else anything else y'all want to cover on? It got the right name, Trainwreck.
It was
right.
It was.
Yeah, but it was also. I mean, it was.
Shout out to Korn though. I like them. And
they had some amazing groups out there. Now I will say that now.
Hard Knock Life tour.
Amazing group.
It's a hard knock life. That's funny. Okay. The Hard Knock Life tour was nothing like Woodstock though. I think that does go down in history as one of the
Rika, that's what I was thinking. Rika points out that 2029 would make 60 years. 60 I was thinking that, but
do you think they'll do another one in 2029?
Better not. I mean,
I don't think so.
I don't think. Here's my take. The way that the world is set up now, where there's more light shed on a whole lot more things, and you got woke culture and you got all that stuff going on. So I wouldn't be shocked if somebody was to try to pull it off again, but I don't think it wouldn't be wise. In my opinion, it wouldn't be wise to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think so either, because it's going to be another situation where they got to worry about safety. And I mean, although Dreamville went kind of okay, those big festivals is a lot. That's a lot of people to manage. 200 plus thousand people in one space. You thinking about safety and health issues and food and water and shelter and travel. It's just a lot. It is a lot. I would never understand why you would want that many people in one space anyway. But
I don't think that the generation that it would want to, that it would be marketed towards would even care about Woodstock anymore. Like,
that's true.
Our generation, we, like, our parents or our parents' friends or whoever attended Woodstock, so that's how we knew about it. But these kids, they really don't know about it and the significance of it.
That's true. They wouldn't know about this shit show right here.
This is true. Moving right along, y'all. Let's go ahead and move to our next segment, which is going to be regarding Breonna Taylor. Nick, you can go ahead and take this one.
So it's being alleged by Breonna Taylor's family that that on a deeper level, that her murder, not her murder, but the situations that led to her murder had to do with gentrification. So apparently they're wanting to do the neighborhood around where not where she was living, but the neighborhood where they saw her car that made the police, I don't know, that led to the police to think that they say that they thought that Breonna or her boyfriend were involved in drug dealing. So that neighborhood is being bought up, rebuilt. We already know how it goes. Gentrification is always coming to a neighborhood near us. And so, like, what do? They start, like, arresting people on, like, petty crimes, things of that nature, so that they can kind of, move everybody out. I remember when they were doing it around here. It was annoying. It was awful.
Don't they also pay people to get out of their property?
That's what I was gonna say.
Do. But okay, so they put up them "we buy houses" things, but you never get. They want to do it so fast that, like, people aren't getting, like, a proper
fair value,
all that stuff.
Right.
Yes.
But so they're saying that because they're gentrifying that neighborhood, they were trying to crack down on everybody affiliated with this house, everybody that they feel was affiliated with this house. The article said that they saw her car parked out of the house, but of course that doesn't mean anything. You find a parking spot, where you can find one. But this, the article doesn't mention, anything more than the car just being parked. So because the police are saying that they thought that her or her boyfriend or both of them were affiliated with this so-called drug house, that's what led them to get the warrant for her. So, so it wasn't, we can't say that it was, like, because of gentrification, but it was because of gentrification. You know what I mean? The gentrification is what led to the overreaction and the not fully investigating shit and just being so desperate that you write out no-knock warrants and everything.
Well, what's so crazy about it is normally when you want to start gentrification, there's a couple things that you do, right? They do it so that you don't really know what's happening, and then they slide them in, like raising the rent, right? Or having the people who live in that area, they'll, whatever house is available, let's just say there's a house on the market, they'll have them move in slowly but surely and raise the market of the area, and then everybody's rent starts going up, and now they can't afford it, because they did that in Brooklyn. They did that low key to build the Barclays Center in New York, in Brooklyn. A lot of the people that was living in that area, they offered them a lot of money to move. And I remember there was one particular lady who been living in her apartment for over 60 years that would not move. And she made the news and everything. She put stuff in her window and was hanging it out from the window, like, I'm not moving. You can't make me move. So usually when they want to gentrify an area, they start slowly but surely, but just start taking people out It's like, what was so special about her one house? The whole neighborhood, if they're trying to gentrify the whole neighborhood, they would bring drugs into the neighborhood. And it seems like it was already there. So it's kind of weird that they would do all of this to gentrify a neighborhood when they could have done it and she still be alive. That was unnecessary.
The tactics for gentrification are so weird. Like, if anybody's heard of like Kensington, like, you know, the section of Philadelphia, the largest open air drug market on the East Coast. Like, if you're on the L and like you look, you can see it like being built up. But they're letting like all of these, you know, all of these opioid addicts and, you know, just all of this drug dealing and all these needles, like 1,000 needles, you know, on the ground, and all of these overdoses and stuff, because they're hoping that people sell their house. Because who will want to live by that?
Right. So they buy it up and they sell it. That's why a lot of those brownstones that are
They
in
had
Brooklyn,
blocks for sale.
yeah, a lot of those brownstones they went, but people who refuse to leave the area that still live there, although they have an issue with the gentrification because it's not as black as it used to be. It made the value of their homes go up. Same thing is happening in Charlotte with the Noda area. Noda area is in Charlotte is a very artistic, eclectic, black, sometimes maybe even queer area, right? But it's been gentrified so much that any space that they find, they're putting up $1 million house that people that look like this and not like this can't afford. So when you go to the area, it used to be nice murals on the buildings, graffiti everywhere. It looked very artistic. It don't look like that anymore. They painted these things. They put record stores in the area. They built a Harris Teeter over there. They built a Trader Joe's over here. They built a Kroger over here. Next thing you know, it's gotten real light-skinned in the area. A lot of the people who had businesses there couldn't afford them anymore, so they had to move out. So gentrification really, if you're not paying attention, could slide right in and get you. Like, wait a second. My neighbor is now complaining about my music being too loud, but this is my neighborhood. You moved into this neighborhood. Now you complaining from people. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But to just straight killing people off, that's wild. That's wild.
Well,
is this a theory or has this been?
They want to build.
Go ahead.
Huh?
You're good.
Oh, I was just saying the area where the block where this house is, they want to build up a shopping center like Becca was just mentioning. So that's why they need the whole area cleared.
See? There's always a reason. It's never to make the neighborhood look better. It's always a reason.
So is this a theory or this is something that our parents think?
It's something being alleged by the family. It's something being alleged by the family. Something that that the lawyer is speaking about, and you know, it must be a theory that has enough traction because it's all over the news.
Okay,
but there's enough evidence for them to feel that way. That's not like something from thin air. They have reasons to feel that way.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, moving right along. Let's go to the good news of the day. Well, I guess so. You got Travis McMichael and his dad, and what's the dude named the Roddy dude who tried to lie and say he was what did this piece of shit say he was? He'd say he was an onlooker or some shit like that. And he pretty much ended up being the super motherfucker that was helping out, blocked Ahmaud Arbery's path and all that shit. Well, they got more time today on top of the time that they had already gotten.
Hand claps for that.
Son is father. I ain't calling them piece of shit name no more. But the father and son, I think they got a life sentence, and the other piece of shit scum, he got 35 years. What is hilarious to me. Let me go to this. Well, let me just say this before I go to Ahmaud Arbery's father. These three gentlemen had the unmitigated gall, like Stephen A. Smith says, to say, you know what? we don't feel safe spending time in state prison. Well, you know what, motherfuckers, y'all really think Ahmaud Arbery felt safe when you three-cornered him and fucking lynched him?
Right.
Y'all think he felt safe? Hey, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I hope. Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. But I simply do not care that it's. Of course, they're not gonna feel safe. It's prison. It's not meant to feel fucking safe.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, it is, but
although you may be the complexion for the protection, we do not care. I hope they rot in jail. I hope they get everything that's coming to them in jail. It's not supposed to be a free ride. It's not supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be comfortable. We don't care how you feel. This man was minding his black business, and here y'all come doing the BS. Good. Life is not even long enough. Give them niggas multiple life sentences. Make sure they stay in there forever. 35 years is not enough.
And I like this. Nick shared this. Sharika shared this, and I had to share because hey man, we are the most forgiving people on the planet, even though we've probably been the worst treated. Y'all remember when old girl oh man, I forgot which trial that was, where she got a hug from the family and the judge gave her a fucking
you're talking about the Sterner, the lady that kept talking about the Sterner brother, the guy from St. Lucia.
Yeah.
Right. I was fucking disgusted.
And just for those that are crying, for those that are listening, I want to read exactly what he put. He said, "We don't want no mercy. They didn't even give him a chance to finish his run, and you're asking for the court to send you somewhere where you could be laid back?"
Nope.
He said, "No mercy."
I want them to go to Felice Johnson prison. That's where they need to go. Listen, they need to go someplace where they are. Hey, they need to have that constant fear that young man had in the final moments of his life. Say again.
You know that Felice Johnson is finally out.
I know that. Did he? I know that.
But what is so weird about that, and not to like get off course, but his original sentence was like for like 3 or 4 years or something. But he did so much violent shit while he was locked up that he ended up with like 30, 40 years.
God damn.
Yikes.
Yeah.
He says he's a warrior.
Really scary. Yeah, the booty warrior thing is, but when you find that out, our homie was a real scary dude.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. And I hope that no mercy is granted at all. They deserve every second that they spend in there. I hope they have a horrible time in there. I hope everybody that's in there know who they are and beats them up every day. We don't condone violence here at the Guys Podcast Network, but we understand.
I don't represent the guys, but I personally do condone violence in certain circumstances.
God damn. I feel like
the family should have some type of closure, as much closure as they can have.
And a good ass whooping would be a little bit of closure.
Cushions and all that stuff.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Rot in jail. My last take on that is go to jail. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I'm sorry.
Go straight to jail. Yep. Or go to hell. Jail or hell. I'm cool with either one.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to our next topic. And this is gonna be a good one. Because I think we're going to talk a long time about this one because I feel like we're going to have some differing views. Okay, so Brittney Griner was sentenced to 9 years in prison in Russia for possessing, I think it was less than a gram of marijuana pen, which she was prescribed by a doctor. I would like to give a disclaimer before I talk about this. I feel bad for Brittney Griner, and I wish she could come home. But the circumstances are such, and we'll talk about this going forward. The circumstances are such, whereas I don't see this trade that they're talking about going down being viable. And I want to begin by talking about people, because I think people are looking at this from an emotional aspect, which, I mean, you can't help but look at it from an emotional aspect. I mean, this is a human being we're talking about here. But I think people aren't applying logic to it at the same time. And before I go on, one of y'all can jump in and give y'all take if y'all want.
Nah, it's on you. Rock out.
Okay, so I saw the overwhelming vast majority of people on the internet when she got the sentence. People was outraged. I mean, that's the thing we do in America nowadays. We got outraged, like that. There's Syria outrages over there.
Yeah.
When they passed down the sentence, I literally was thinking to myself, well, damn, I literally thought it was going to be more time than that. I didn't want her to get more time, but I actually thought that it would have been more. It would have been more time, and here's why. Considering the circumstances, Brittney Griner is a world famous basketball player, recognized worldwide, and due to the circumstances that's going over there in Russia, Russia is an active aggressor and war with Ukraine, which is one of our allies, through NATO. We are helping the Ukrainians by giving them equipment, giving them weapons to help fight the Russians. This to me, it's simple. Brittney Griner was in the wrong place at the wrong time. If Brittney Griner was in the state, yes, she would have never gone. Most states she would have never gone to. Even in South Carolina, she probably would have got arrested for simple possession, but she would have got out on her own recognizance. I think that the overwhelming vast majority of this outrage with the sentence is failing to forget that this is based on Russian law, not United States law. So everybody's going to have that idea that, damn, that's fucked up. She got 9 years. That's just utterly ridiculous. It is ridiculous by United States. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that, Rika, and I'll say why later. Okay, but we have to look at this from an aspect of Russia law versus United States law. Mm-hmm. And here's the part. Y'all jump in and chime in if you need to.
Well, I think that we may agree. I don't know your full take on it, but from what it's sounding like, yes, it was extremely horrible that she's there, and the treatment that she's getting, you can tell is intentional. It's a big middle finger to the U.S. This woman is 6'9". Okay, she's a big girl, right? Out there playing basketball. The reasons why she's out there playing basketball for money is a whole nother issue that the U.S. doesn't even want to address. The WNBA doesn't want to address it. We'll leave that there. That's a whole nother pod, right? But we have to be very careful when we travel out of the country, okay? And U.S. may feel a certain way about a thing, but out of the country, they don't, okay? When you travel to Dubai, you got to follow all kinds of rules to get into Dubai. You can't even just be freely out there like you would be in America. You just can't. And everybody thinks the American dream and all of that is cool, but when you go out to other countries, yes, they're beautiful, but you have to follow their rules. This sounds bad coming from a Black woman, but you have to be careful, especially where you're outnumbered. You're outnumbered. You're out there for a particular reason. Now, this may not, just like what you said, and I mentioned again, bad timing. This is the wrong time to get caught doing something you're not supposed to be doing in the middle of a war. Very, very bad timing. But is it lesson learned? Is it you should have known? Is it just because you're a celebrity here and they may let you slide with some shit here, don't mean that they'll let you slide with some shit there? It's a whole lot of things to consider. But I don't think that she's going to be brought back to the U.S. I think they're going to play with her as long as they can. They're going to play with her as long as they can. They're going to dangle her as long as they can.
Brittney Griner is essentially a bargaining chip based on what's going on based on what's going on right now in the world. And let's the reason and I know that Biden is proposing a trade. He already submitted it, I guess, to Russia for
They don't care.
convicted arms dealer Victor Bout. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this guy. This guy used to be in the Russian military. He was convicted of conspiring to sell weapons to a designated foreign terrorist group, one of those terrorist groups that constantly targets the United States. I think he was sentenced to 25 years. Basically, he's an enemy combatant. Now, when you take the emotion out of it, my question would be, would you trade an enemy combatant convicted of trying to sell weapons to somebody that's trying to harm Americans for a high-profile basketball player? I'm taking gender out of it for a reason. I'm gonna make it all come back around full circle after that. And my opinion is under no circumstances, and that's not me being insensitive. That's me being cognizant of the safety of the safety and security and the continuance of the republic that we call the United States of America, even though shit's really fucked up right now in this country. But
so sorry, let me interrupt for a second. So the trade that they're trying to make, right, to bring her back home, they're trying to give them back someone who has weapon.
Yeah, he's an arms dealer. Yeah,
that can come back against us.
Yeah.
So we're giving you someone that can potentially harm us. We have the person that can harm us in our possession.
Yeah.
But we want to give you the person that can harm us for a celebrity.
Well, the issue is Russia is thinking the same thing about their arms dealer that we are thinking about Brittney Griner. United States is saying she's being held unjustly. They should let her go. Russia is saying, y'all need to extradite our guy. Y'all can't hold him here. It's not right.
Yeah, but if we give you your guy can use weapons against us, right?
Well, I mean, Russia. And what people fail to realize is that Russia is trying to build an empire. They're not. If they're successful in the Ukraine, they're not going to stop. And once they go, if they are able to be successful in Ukraine, they're not going to start. They're not going to stop. And Poland's next. Poland is a NATO country, and if they invade Poland after they're done with and this is just me speculating from being in the military, if they invade Poland, that's World War III right there. And that's
so
what
this
we
ain't
don't
got nothing
want.
to do with weed. This is all political. Got it.
Yeah, and that's bingo, and that's what people have to realize. Like, the overwhelming majority are thinking that this is something that's simple, and like, hey, I don't know why Russia's not accepting the trade, and we need to get her back by any means necessary. And people are saying,
because Rika said it, it's not an even trade.
Not at all.
It's
not at all. And what I do want to do is I want to talk about
Russia's goal is to be the #1 military in the world.
Absolutely. Now, people, I've seen these silly comparisons. If it was such and such, they would already be home. Listen,
such and such would have never been over there. They could stop that.
And I'm gonna go even deep on that. I've seen a lot of posts saying if it was LeBron James, if it was Tom Brady, the United States would have literally, start an assault to get them back. And this is just my opinion, and you can not like it if you want. If Tom Brady or LeBron James was in place of Brittney Griner, the Russians would probably propose, like, okay, United States, like LeBron James is the most famous, probably one of the most famous people on planet Earth.
After Beyonce. No.
If I'm Russia and United States say, hey, what y'all want? I want y'all to give us all y'all nukes. How would people feel about that?
Right.
Now, Russia, a lot of people don't know this. Russia has more nukes than United States, but people aren't looking at the political ramifications that could directly affect them.
By
You know what I'm
making this
saying?
trade. By making this
I don't
trade.
even. I know people want to make it man against women and things of that nature, but I think it's. I don't think it's that. That's just me though.
I don't think it's that either. But because she's a black woman, they're gonna say protect black women. Protect black women. What happened to protect black women? BLM, right? That's what they're gonna yell because she happens to be a black woman. But if it was anybody else, I kind of do feel like if it was LeBron or Tom Brady, that they would do whatever they can to get them back here. But we also have to keep in mind that they probably wouldn't be over there to begin with. This might not be them. This is all unrealistic hypothetical. LeBron wouldn't be over there. He's not going over there. He don't need to. And the
Now,
fact that he don't need to is another issue, but he wouldn't be over there.
now what I will say is that a lot of players in the WNBA, and I wouldn't say forced, but they're not getting paid enough in the WNBA, and people really need to understand the reason why they don't get paid as much, because they don't generate the amount of revenue that the NBA does. And the funny thing to that, as far as me, I see a lot of people complaining about that, and a lot of them are people that don't even watch WNBA games. I watch WNBA games from time to time, but I just they gotta go overseas to fill those gaps as far as money. They make more money overseas. That's why a lot of those players in the offseason go over to foreign countries to play ball.
Yes,
So
to make money.
So I honestly think that it was just wrong place at the wrong time.
Yes. I agree. Bad
What's your
timing.
take on it, Nick? Nick, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yep.
But there's a delay.
Say again.
But there's a delay.
A small delay. I want to hear your take on this.
Is it small? Because, like, all right, after I say yes, you say yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that is a long delay. So I apologize to the listeners. There are some technical difficulties afoot. But I read about this guy. I forget what his nickname is, but
Merchant.
yes. And I forget how long they've had him, but like he has given up nothing. And one can only assume the tactics that were used on him, you know, and he has not told a thing. And that's some hardcore shit. You know?
He'd rather die.
He's
prime
military. Yeah.
And so the article I read, they said, you know, that's why Russia, you know, that's part of the reason why Russia wants him back. Because he just is, you know, that he's just a very trustworthy guy. As far as Brittney goes, you know, so I play this game, The Sims. The Sims was not going to release. They didn't release the one pack in Russia because of their anti-LGBTQ plus laws. And so my heart is really with her. You know, you hear the stories about like the WNBA, you know, flying economy, while, you know, the NBA rides, you know, private and all this other stuff. But, and I guess she felt comfortable there, you know, I guess, this is like for like a few seasons. Sometimes you have to, and this is not an attack on her. Sometimes you have to be able to kind of have some kind of foresight. Like, okay, things
Yep.
are getting tense between the United States and Russia. Maybe I should leave. And if I remember correctly, that's what she was trying to do. But
She went back.
maybe I should leave. Pardon? She
She
was going
went back.
back. Oh no. Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what?
So,
I don't. Go ahead.
After we raided the Ukraine, this is what Rika said. Her mistake was going back to Russia after we raided the Ukraine. So she
After they hold on, time out. I'm sorry. Let me. And I didn't know that. That's key. I did not know that she went back to Russia after Russia had already invaded the Ukraine. That's key.
wow.
I did not know that part now.
that changes the whole understanding of it.
I wish that somebody would have just said to her, honey, maybe you should just stay. Maybe you should just stay home.
And the thing is, I want to make it very clear. I don't think that any of us is blaming Brittney Griner.
No,
But
not at all.
man, I just wish that another decision was made. I wish there was more self-awareness. Because believe you me, this could have been any of us. We just wouldn't have been in the news because we're famous. There's other Americans being held over there on some bullshit.
Yeah.
But and it's hard to talk about this sometimes on social media because people get so emotional and they get irrational. Because if you say, because a lot of people are thinking that Biden would be an absolute jackass if he was to make this sad. If he was to make this trade,
she couldn't let her team down.
Oh,
man.
Excuse my language. Fuck that team. I want to live.
But that's
she probably just felt.
But
she probably just thought she had been over there, for years. But sometimes you just have to really,
self-preservation.
If there's a possible war, maybe I shouldn't return back to this country.
Yeah, I just really
not even
wish
her. Like, I don't know what discussions were had in her home, but I really wish that somebody would have just, really been firm with her, honey. You shouldn't go. Forget the money. Forget all of this.
Yep.
But I guess we're gonna wrap this up.
Say again.
I said, I guess we're gonna wrap this up.
I have one more thought that I was gonna make this as far as the political ramification. I think that Biden is in a lose-lose situation. He's trying to make this trade, which is, I guess is noble, but the political he's going to get killed by the conservatives. That's going to energize. It couldn't happen at a worse time, and I hate them, but there are political ramifications. I know we're dealing with a human being, but if this trade goes down, it's going to energize Republicans to come out for midterms, and Democrats you can't please them anyway. People will still tell Biden to kiss their ass if he does effectively get Brittney Griner back home and trade her for the Merchant of Death, and then they're going to flip on him and say he shouldn't have done that shit when they were originally saying he should do that shit. Democrats are as crazy as Republicans, in my opinion.
Merchant of Death. His name is Merchant of Death.
Yeah. But
yeah, at any rate, love to Brittney, love and prayers to her, love and prayers to her family, love and prayers to her wife, 9 years. I never did time in jail, so I can't even imagine 9 hours, but 9 years, yeah, honey.
In a foreign country where the laws is different, that's the jacked up on 9 years. And the thing is, of course, we could like 9 years. I mean, I know it's Russia, but damn, it just sucks that even in South Carolina, like you get a simple possession charge, you can probably get out that same day. It's not a big deal. And if you're in a state that's decriminalized, it's going to take it from you and just say go about your business. But praying for her, hope something works out. Okay, so this next one We gonna. I'm gonna cue up the video for this one because this is. I like this one.
You lame nigga, because you ain't getting no coochie.
Get out.
Nigga,
Get out my car.
Whatever. Just
Get out my car.
Just make sure you give me my fucking confirmation number.
What? Ain't no confirmation number.
What you mean?
Ain't no confirmation number. I cancel the flight. I cancel your flight. Buy your own ticket. You make sure to come to cheeks. Nah.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I ain't even in your bag. Here, your bag
Nigga,
right
I
there.
came here with nothing.
So
Are you serious?
cool. Go. I'm dead serious. You ain't want to give me no cheeks? You got a deal.
Nigga, you're lame as
I'm
fuck.
paying for your ticket.
Because you can't get no coochie.
I'm saying you gotta go. You gotta go. I'm not paying for your ticket. I'm not paying for none of that shit.
You're lame as fuck.
Hey.
You can't get no pussy.
Alright, buy your own ticket. Buy your own ticket. Buy your own ticket. You gotta buy your own ticket now.
So for those listening, a man flew this woman out. She did not want to have sex with him. So they're at the airport. He's kicking her out the car and canceled her flight back home because he didn't get no buns.
Both of them trash. I'm sorry. They look like two. I'm sorry, but I blame both of these idiots. They're acting like fucking teenagers. Okay, so here's my take. You can say whatever you can say. I mean, you feel differently. I mean, this is what I think. Okay, flued out is a big thing. It's been a big thing for I guess some time now. For guys, you need to establish if you're flying a woman out, you're not entitled to the buns. So what you should do, absolutely, Riga, I'm with you. What you should do is establish if you are getting said buns before you fly them out. There's ways to establish things like that. Ladies, on the other hand, you're not obligated to give up any buns to get flued out. However, this is just me. I don't think that you should want to be flued out if you have no intentions of. Oh man, I don't want to say it like. You know what? Damn, I'm gonna say it like that. If you get flued out. No, I don't want to say it like that. That's gonna sound kind of crazy.
I'll say it for you. If your nigga's fluing you out, you get flued out. Make sure you have every hole open because he's not flying you out to see your pretty face. He's not flying you out to look at your pretty teeth. He's not flying you out to look at your white toes. Okay, he's flying you out for a reason. So this is why you got to be smarter, ladies. Stop going to these places because you want to get flued out so bad to take your Instagram pictures and not having to give up no vagina. I'm going to use the adult term. These niggas is not flying you out because they want to hold your hand in the Instagram picture. They are flying you out for a reason. And if you want to be a thotty so bad and you miss that point, then you're going to be like this lady stuck at the airport with no way home, calling him trash when you are part of the problem. It sounds bad, ladies, but we gotta take accountability. There is no dude that's out here flying you out just because, and y'all know that, and y'all still do shit like this, and then act like a dumbass on the shade room. It's not okay. It's not okay what he did. I'm not excusing what he did.
Yeah.
But ladies, y'all got to start acting smarter with y'all stuff now. Don't just be giving it away for an Instagram post or just say you got flued out somewhere. Stop letting Carisha and the City Girls get your ass in trouble. Now you stuck at the airport with no way home. Click your heels and get on hope that you're on a yellow brick road and get your ass back the fuck home because that's where you're gonna be.
Nick, what you got on this topic? Nick.
I think that homie should have just took his L and moved the fuck on. Can you hear me? No. Can you hear me? You can't hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Okay. I just think that homie should take his L and move the fuck on. Like, you know, she should not have traveled without no money. But
exactly.
You know, and I wouldn't have felt comfortable. I wouldn't have felt comfortable staying in a hotel with somebody that I met. I mean, staying in somebody's home that I just met anyway. So You know, but he really just need to take his L and move fuck on. All of this recording and shit, that is so whack. You know, if she did anything wrong, for me, going out there with no money, no backup plan, and staying with him, because he could be the fucking rapist, he could be the murderer. And you know, it's a good thing that he's just a clown ass nigga. That, you know, so worst come to worst, you know, she done went out there with a stranger. You know, the worst thing that happened to her, you know, she's on the internet, you know, famous for this shit. But
well,
did y'all hear me?
And you have you're coming in and out. You're coming in and out, Nick. Like your voice is coming in and out. But
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you're coming. Your audio is coming like in and out though. But I can hear you. You kind of come and go. But he is absolutely whack. He's trash for recording it. As far as canceling the plane ticket, that was petty. Yeah. But I think that I'm not going to say that. How can I put this? She should have some money. If you go anywhere, I just don't understand. If you go anywhere, you should have a way to get home if your original plans fall through, especially if your original plans, if somebody else footing the fucking bill for you to go home.
Exactly.
So my take is, I don't know if she's done this before, but I know there's women out there that brag about stuff like this. Yeah, I get them sold out. I eat all this expensive food and I had to give up nothing. Now,
lies.
Like I said, her body, her choice and all that stuff. But one of my homegirls, she said, check this out. I'm not flying out nowhere if I don't have no intention of giving up the buns, and I'm not flying out, and I'm gonna have a way back. Whether he paid or not, I'm gonna have a way back.
That sounds like smart to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That sounds very logical to me.
Yeah,
I mean, these women want to be thotties so bad because it's cool right now to be a thought. It's cool to do these things. It's cool to get flued out. It's cool to have, whether it be a celebrity or a rapper or just a dude with money, spend his money on you and stuff. But ladies, you got to understand that nothing comes from nothing, right? There is it's very, very, very rare that you're gonna find a dude that's doing all of this and not want something in return. He may not want something in return the first night or the second night, but if after a couple times he's going to want something, and you have to stop putting yourself in these dangerous positions just to have a good time. It's not worth it, because just like what Rika said, that could be very dangerous. What if she said no and he played cool with it? Like, all right, cool, no problem. Took her to the room and raped her. What would she have said then? With no way home. He could have still canceled her flight on the way to the hotel.
I think I may have heard a backstory where and I think he might have even said it as far as I don't know how long they knew each other. I don't know if y'all knew, but I think he said something about they were FaceTiming back and forth and all that good stuff. Now, not saying that's why she should have gave him some or anything like that. Or if she, not even saying that she should have given him some, but I think that on both sides, expectations should have been set from the jump. I think that she should have had some. Ain't no way in hell I'm going nowhere. And if I ain't got no way to get home, if somebody else fitting the bill, you never know what could happen. That's why it's wonderful having your own shit. Because man, like it was whack of him to pull the ticket. On the flip side of that, though, it's whack of her to put herself in that position. I'm not saying not giving up no buns, but it's whack of her to put herself in a position where she has no way to get home. Now,
yeah, see, she took a towel and was walking around him in a towel. Like, I don't know what she expected. Like, ladies, we gotta stop and please understand, we are not saying that you should agree to do things that you don't really want to in any situation. We are not saying that at all. But you have to be smart in situations like this. with no way back home is wild. To be
It's
stranded is wild.
To me, it's a slippery slope though when we're talking about, her being in a tower around him and things of that nature. It's always going to be a slippery slope because those things kind of
Yeah.
imply, and this is going back to that Woodstock stuff where, well, hey, the titties are there, so let me just grab them.
Right.
We got to be careful because no means no and all that good stuff. I mean, I guess he thought he was going to get some because she was walking around with a towel on, and I guess any guy would think I flew her out. She's got the shower. She walk around with a towel on, so I'm definitely
It's about to go down.
I think that's a reasonable at that point. I think that's a reasonable thought from a guy. But at the same time, once she says, "Oh no, it's not happening," that's it. That's it. That is after anything after that. If you attempt to touch that woman, or anything like that, then we talk about rape here. Thank God that isn't what happened.
Right.
But like Rika, these situations usually end in rape. My opinion. I don't have no stats or anything like that, but this could have ended much worse than her getting dropped off at the airport.
Yeah, it could have.
And not having no ticket and not having no way to get home. That's just my opinion on that one. Nick, you got anything else to add to that?
I don't know what you heard, huh?
Your picture and your sound is excellent now.
Okay, good. I don't know how much y'all heard of what I said before.
Repeat it, yeah, because you was coming in and out. I want to hear all of that.
All I said was that I just think that dude is a clown, and I think that he should just took his L and rolled on. I think that she was silly for not coming out there with money and probably not having her own place to stay just because she really didn't know this man. But I'm glad that she's safe, and I'm glad that the only thing that happened is that she was, instead of being like with the raper, the murderer, or whatever, she just ended up with a clown. So
let me ask you this, and this isn't anything I had planned or anything, but is social media making it easy for weirdo guys like this to? I mean, not making it easier, but you remember back in the day when we was growing up, as far as girls, you had to work, you had to get the number. You had to call and hopefully moms ain't on the. You had to court. You had to spit game and all that stuff. Social media got these little boys out here acting like little men that's supposed to be men acting like little boys because it's too easy. You ain't got to do no work. You ain't got to do no footwork no more. You ain't got to write no note. You ain't got to get the phone number in court. You can just invade the DMs and you can just go in and but. I think that's part of the problem. I think it's too easy to push up. I mean,
I think that as men and as women, you're always able to see somebody that's sweet a mile away. And he probably was, flashing his money, flashing shit that he had, trying to get a chick and all of that. And so, she just tried to okay, well, let's see.
I agree. But man, and y'all, I mean, y'all know when y'all was young, y'all had the little nervous ass dude come up here. Can I get your phone?
I'm not young. I'm 43. And
I said when y'all was young.
I was responding to Tina. I'm 43, and I don't think that they both goofy. I think one hustling and one got hustled, and then when he realized he got hustled, he got mad.
Pretty much. Okay.
Yeah, I think both of them are fucking goofy because shit. That's just me though.
I think they both went into the situation with the.
They both had their own goofy. They both had their own goofy ways. But she not goofy for not giving them no ass. She goofy for coming the whole way to a different place with money and nowhere separate for her to stay.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me make it very clear. I'm not saying she's goofy for not giving up the ass. She's definitely a goof. Matter of fact, he was goofy first and she was goofy second because he did a bitch made move and said, "Okay, you don't give me no ass. I'm pulling this ticket." And she was like, "Oh shit. I thought I done finessed this nigga. Now I ain't got no way to get home. Now we got two goofy motherfuckers. Nobody wins there. Nobody fucking wins." But
her trip done went both to hell.
Right.
Shit. Well, hey, word to the wise, man. Just be adults about these things and get in us. Matter of fact, I think this is more so. This is more so for our age bracket. If you our age bracket and you still, if you're a man, you're a woman. If you're a man, you flying folks out. If you flying a woman out, if you're a woman getting flew out, we too established. Hey, check this out. I'm about to fly you out. What are your expectations when you come here? I'll let you know mine. And the thing is, the younger generation ain't gonna have those type conversations. But you know, as you get older, you just don't. You just flat out ask people shit. You don't even give a damn no more about being embarrassed or being rejected. You just be like,
Right.
"Hey, am I gonna say I'm trying to fly you out? What is it going down when you fly out? I need to know."
And sometimes it's not even the young
But
folks
she
because
could
we
even
know
still
some
be a
old
liar.
fools that do this too. So it ain't sometimes the young people. Sometimes them old fools are doing it too. So yeah, that's
Lot of
usually
old
how it
fools.
goes.
But somebody
Yeah,
can still say you're giving up the ass and they lie.
Would you say now?
Just get to know people in your community.
Hey, that ain't the thing no more, man.
Top radius.
You can cast a wide net on social media, man. You can serial DM, man. And I hear hey, yo, Nick, I hear these cats out here that's in the game talking about, boy, you miss 100% of the shots you don't make. So if you DMing like 50 females, oh, you're gonna catch something. Somebody gonna bite.
A good 15 gonna respond.
Somebody gonna bite.
That's true.
But I guess I'm one of them old man sitting on your lawn. It's too easy now, man. I'm kind of like it's too easy. Yep. The internet done made it too easy for y'all. And this is why I don't understand. Another thing, I know it's totally off topic. If I had the fucking internet, I was like an AB student. I'd be valedictorian if I had the fucking internet when I was in fucking when I was in school. Because it makes absolutely no sense for these little young motherfuckers to be that. Hey, you got a fucking 40 in math. Motherfucker, you got Google. You're a valedictorian. You got Google.
Dad mode. What is going on? Because school is about to start back up.
What?
Is that where this is coming from? Because school's about to start back up?
I'm just, I'm kind of being that old man on the lawn. I'm hating on the internet because it makes life so fucking easy for fucking Gen Z. And these motherfuckers just expect shit to happen. But I was just alluding to the fact that if they had the internet when I was in fucking when I was in school, I would be more so up there. Because there's no way in hell I'm failing anything. I ain't making below an A in anything with the fucking help with the assist of the internet. You can Google any fucking thing nowadays.
Cousin, I would not have let you on that computer like you think you
can pay people to do papers for you. You can literally buy your entire. You can buy a degree online. Did y'all know that? Authentic shit.
There's all kinds of stuff online.
Anyway, I digress like a motherfucker, man.
A coworker of mine about how like I used to have to do my my book reports and stuff on a typewriter. They were like, "What?" I was like,
"Right, it's ancient to these kids now."
Terrible.
Right.
So let's get into our last segment, our main topic. Limits to loyalty. And the reason I want to talk about it is because the loyalty word is thrown around a whole lot, and you can find yourself in ethical dilemmas if you let somebody unworthy or unjustly use this word against you. Because if somebody say you're not loyal, that to me that's kind of like peer pressure. Oh, you're not being loyal to me, whatever. But one of my former leaders, I spoke with her today.
I heard a story about this shit today. Go ahead.
Say again.
No. I just heard a story relating to this, but go ahead.
So one of my former leaders in the Army, one of the best ones I had, I spoke with her today because when she became our first sergeant, and this is kind of like, let's just say a regional director, and she's like regional director, and all of us are like district managers, if you want to put it in that type of context. So one of the things she told us when she first took command of us, she said that because loyalty is one of the Army values, and she said, I look at loyalty a little bit differently. There's alliances and there's loyalties. We can be working towards it as an alliance. We can be working towards a common goal, and we're trusting in each other to get to that goal together. But it said loyalty has its limits, and it's usually limited to very, very close family members and very, very close friends. Because, and this is just me, and this is something she said that really resonated with me. I'm not about to compromise my values, my ethics, my integrity to be loyal to just anybody. There are close exceptions, I would say. Like for instance, if somebody does something to my wife, one of my kids, I'm probably going to jail.
If
I'm
Brandon
going
murdered
on
someone, you would help him bury the body. If Brandon murdered somebody, you would help him bury the body, and then you would send him to Mexico or Cuba, and then make up a good alibi for him and his family.
I don't know if you know what, Brandon. Yeah.
That's right.
And I would probably
Uh-huh.
And I tell people this all the time, If me and my little brother around, and he about to fight you, you about to fight two motherfuckers. I mean, it's just that simple. I'm sorry, you about to get jumped. I mean, that's
if Chanel, Tamika, and Rebecca are around, you about to get jumped.
We ganging you. That's how we roll. We believe in giving people a fair one, but I mean, we throw all that shit out the window for those instances.
It's definitely gang.
but on some serious shit, I wanted to talk about loyalty, and how do you guys feel about that topic, and what does loyalty mean to you, and what are your expectations out of people being loyal to you? Go, Becca.
I don't expect loyalty. I expect respect. And I've never been in a situation where loyalty was questioned, but I feel loyalty is overused a lot of the times. Some people use the word "I'm loyal" as punishment. Sometimes it makes you feel like because you're loyal to somebody that you're subject to do whatever they want to prove your loyalty. Mm-hmm. And most of the times that often does compromise your morals. So expecting loyalty, I think loyalty comes by default. It's something that the person wants to do. You can't expect loyalty. You can't really ask anybody for loyalty, which is why I don't ever expect it. But I do expect to be respected. In the matter of respect, you may choose to be loyal because you respect me, but I can't ask for your loyalty first. There has to be some other things that's in place before you decide to want to be loyal.
I like that. Nick?
Yeah, I agree. There was an interview, and DMX had said, do you trust, I forget, do you trust everybody or something? And then he said, do you trust, no, he said, what did he say? Do you believe everything that everybody says or something? I forget. But I
think I know what you're talking about. I forgot.
And then the guy was like, you believe everybody, or I forget. And he said, yeah. He said, I believe them. He said, I believe what they show me. So if they're a thief, I believe that they're a thief. You know what I mean? And so if you're a disloyal person, I expect nothing, but that from you. And I don't play with people's family. I don't play with nobody's job. I don't play with nobody's ability to feed themselves. Period, point blank. If you fuck me over, that's on you. Like on the job or anything, that's on you. I'm not going to return that favor. That's just me. And, like you were saying, Stacks, your morals and stuff. But so few people, like as you get older, you will really find that so few people in life are worthy of the word loyalty. And it is something that is thrown around so easily. And everybody, loyalty should be something that is so precious, you know, and that you just don't give it out like government cheese.
Right.
You know, like if I'm loyal to you, that means that I'm going to ride with you no matter what. You know what I mean? That means that I trust you to, to say, okay, Nicole, let's, like, there's a lot of trust for me and loyalty. I trust that you're not going to abuse that loyalty. I trust that you're not going to cross me and all of that. And there's so few people that you can give that to. Like,
Yep.
And the story I was thinking about, there's this guy, work. He was borrowing money from a client, and they had to do chores and stuff at the facility. It was someone who works there. He was borrowing money from a client. So the client was supposed to, Rika said she don't expect it from just anybody. I don't either. Yeah. And so he he told the guy, hey, you got to do your chores. The guy wasn't doing his chores and everything. The client wasn't doing his chores. So then later, another day, the guy says to the client, do your chores. The client said, I ain't doing no chores. So then the guy wrote up the client
that he borrowed money from.
I see
what it's going. Keep going.
Yeah.
And so then the client in turn said, okay, well, guess what, everybody? He's borrows money from me all the time. And then he ended up getting fired. Like, and so that's goofy.
It is.
About being goofy. That's goofy. Because why would you expect loyalty for you don't expect loyalty from somebody that ain't got shit to lose.
That part.
Right. But, that's wild, isn't it though?
It is.
People do it all the time.
People at my job, people on my team do it, and I have to remind them of that constantly.
Why is it, I don't understand why. And in the world we live in today, I know that I'm usually pegged as a negative person, but people generally are so fucked up. I don't understand why loyalty is so broad. People always, I'm loyal. I'm loyal to everybody. I hope and if you're one of those people that's loyal to everybody, I hope it's unreasonable to expect them to be loyal to you in turn. I'm sorry. It's unreasonable to expect for them to reciprocate that loyalty. The way I operate is it's very, very hard. Loyalty, I just don't throw it around like other people do. It's just I think it's crazy for anybody to do that. It could be problematic. You can get yourself in trouble like your coworker.
Yeah.
But one thing, I think that if you have a friend or associate, even a family member that's asking you to be loyal in a way where it compromises them, puts them in danger, put their character and all that stuff, they're doing you a disservice, and they're not your friend. They just aren't.
If you ever heard people talk about, like, if you've ever heard people mention their disagreements with people, they usually say, I'm loyal to a fault, right? I'm loyal to a fault, meaning that I've been loyal in situations that did not benefit me, and I still keep being loyal. That don't work. It's not going to reciprocate that way, people. A lot of the times, for me, when I see people that say I'm loyal to a fault, that means that their integrity is wavered. To me, is what it seems like, because there has to be a solid foundation in your being where you're not loyal to a fault. You're not going to be loyal to people just for the sake of saying that you're always loyal. It don't work. It's actually counterproductive to say I'm loyal to a fault. Yeah. You're telling the person that means whatever you do to me, I'm going to still be loyal to you because I'm just a loyal person.
Right.
Foolish.
Fuck all that.
That's foolish.
Hey, you may as well just have a shirt that say, "Yo, fuck me over." Countless times. You just have that on.
And I think lubrication. Just do me in. because I'll take whatever you give me because I'm loyal to a fault. You never want to put
Yeah.
that out there.
And that's totally separate than having a code. Like everybody has a code, but if somebody just keep doing shit and like fucking you over and crossing you and everything, and you just staying there, still being in their corner, still being there for you, then you dumb.
Yeah, you ain't being loyal. You being a jackass.
And now I can't trust you. You know what I mean? Because you can't even like trust yourself with yourself.
And you end up being taken advantage of very easily.
Mm-hmm.
It is the red flag for me when somebody says I'm loyal to a fault. That means I can play you and try you, and you're not gonna do nothing to me because you just want to be loyal so bad. You want to be the one that's pegged as being so loyal that you'll let somebody do anything to you just to say that you're a loyal person, and that ain't gonna get you into heaven. People, cut it out.
Hey, I think I've been in that place before because I like the fact that I pride myself on being reliable, dependable, my values and things of that nature, and people could take advantage of those things. But I do have a question for y'all. Would you call out somebody if somebody not worthy of your loyalty, like they say, oh, Nick is loyal, Becca is loyal, would y'all say, oh, hold on, who the fuck told you that? How you know I'm loyal? You know what I'm saying? Because to me it would be problematic if somebody that I really don't fuck with like that. I mean, I wouldn't even say fuck with like that, but somebody that's not worthy of my loyalty, like, yeah, that's a loyal dude. Like, I would literally ask them, what do you mean by that? I want their take on, because the definition might be different. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, with somebody.
Wait, how close are you to these people in this example?
It's just somebody that you don't. I could say it could be a friend or maybe even a family member. Somebody that basically the premise is somebody compliments you for your loyalty that isn't worthy. Like if that person came to you and said, hey, I need you to do this, no questions asked, you ain't doing that shit for them. Like, would you challenge them and say, okay, I need to know your definition of loyalty? You see what I'm saying? Like, because
is coming up to, so I'm saying, oh, so and so is loyal, and then somebody else that may or may not be a friend to me.
That
says,
person.
Well, what do you mean that person is loyal?
No, if I say, hey, yo, I like Nick because she's loyal. Now, if I'm not worthy of your loyalty, you say, hey, Stacks, what do you mean by that? What is your definition of loyal?
Oh.
Like trying to shit on the fact that somebody's saying you loyal. Like if somebody says Nic Jay is loyal,
you call me loyal,
somebody come back and be like, no, she not.
No, I'm talking about, would you challenge somebody that's not worthy of your loyalty if they called you loyal? Because because reason I'm wording the question like that.
Why do I feel so stupid trying to understand this question? If person A says that person B is loyal, is there a person C in this equation?
No, it isn't.
Okay, so if you say to me, Nicole, you so loyal, and then in my mind, I know I'm a snake ass bitch, then I look at you like, yo, what the fuck is his definition of loyal then?
Or if you think I'm not worthy of your loyalty, like, damn, I don't know why you call me loyal, because I wouldn't be loyal to his ass because I'm a compromise one of my values. You see what I'm saying? So I want to know what is. I would ask. Say again.
That would be like very, damn.
Awkward.
Becca, you so loyal, and Becca be like, girl, well, what do you consider loyal? Yo.
Hey, but check this out. I'm kind of letting them know. Yes, I am loyal, but
I'm not to your ass.
For you? No, I'm not gonna be loyal to your ass because I know it's gonna be some bullshit. Like if you know it's somebody that's fucked up, right? Or will get you in some fucked up shit, and they're like lauding you on your loyalty. Me personally, I would be thinking.
I would just say, I wouldn't say what is your definition of loyal. I would just be like, well, honey, there's some stipulations up in this. You know, I would say,
okay, right.
Like I wouldn't say, I wouldn't throw out that shit that you said sound like a diss track. I would just say, well, Well, honey, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, to answer your question, Stacks, I would leave it alone because I'm not the same Becca to everybody. So if they see me being loyal to somebody else and think that loyalty will still apply to them, it may or may not, but we just haven't gotten to that point yet. But
Right.
I'm not the same Becca to y'all that I would be to somebody else. For instance,
Right.
those who have been watching lately have heard me say a few times, I haven't been on social media in a while, right? So some people's access to me has been cut off. So for some,
Bingo.
it hasn't. So some people may say, "Oh, Rebecca's being shady because she's cutting off the access." While somebody who has always had access to me will say, "Nah, Rebecca's easy. I could just text her right now or call her right now."
You talking that shit right now. You talking that shit right now. Keep going.
So I'm a different Becca to each person. So everyone's not going to see my loyalty to them as the same. So if you see me loyal to somebody else, then great. I appreciate that. At least, and without me trying to express my loyalty, because that's like saying somebody humble saying I'm humble. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
So I won't have to wear a shirt that tells you I'm loyal. It's going to show in my actions. And if somebody else sees my loyalty to a said person, then thank you. I'm glad that who I am as a person is showing. But don't assume that I'm just a default like that with everyone, because at this age I'm not, and I won't be.
Somebody would have to be a cold weirdo to just, you know what I mean? Like, you would have to be really weird to be like, oh wow, she done lend her $50. Maybe she'll lend me $50 too. Like, that's
And
weird
I won't.
shit.
And I won't.
That's so weird. You know what I mean? But it's people like that. It's people like that. Like, they'll be like, oh, she might be, she'll probably be, like that with me.
This
is why, and like people, a lot of times they call me mean. They said I'm very mean. But an old head told me this shit a long time. What'd you say?
Me too.
Everybody call me mean.
Negative and I'm mean. It's in the DNA.
An old head had said to me, they said that everybody they know, if they line up on one side of the wall, I fuck with you, or one side of the wall, I don't fuck with you, everybody will know where to go. And that is how I try to live my life. For everybody to know exactly where they stand. And
yes,
I'll say things, I'll like, yeah.
I like to move with integrity. I think what I would hope would matter when it comes to Becca first is my integrity. I want that to lead first. I don't want the fact that I could potentially be loyal to you to lead first, because it's a real big potential that I won't be. And that's only because as you age, you start to realize what really matters when you're dealing with people. Especially if you have jobs where you already deal with the public. There's a certain way that you got to maneuver and manage and navigate different personalities each day. So in your personal life, you have to learn to do that as well. And not everybody is going to get the same you. There are some people that love you and some people that hate you, and you're still the same you. So it's not about everybody else. It's got to be about what you are. Somebody questioning your loyalty only means that they expected you to be a certain way with them, and you're not. And their expectations haven't been met. That is a them problem, not a you problem.
Well, and that's because, I mean, a lot of people don't even look at the fact. You got to look at it from you're being a shitty friend if you're asking me to be loyal to something that's going to compromise my my integrity or my values. My values supersedes our loyalty. I'm sorry, that's just how I'm wired. I mean, you can call me disloyal. Like, that's like saying, okay, I went to go rob this bank and this motherfucker wouldn't rob the bank with me. He's not a loyal friend. Now I'm that friend that doesn't want to go to fucking prison. That's what I am. So I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But that thing you said about access, that's some real shit. Because people like you said, as far as people knowing where they stand with you, you cannot, and that's when people make the mistake, is you can't treat everybody the same. I mean, I think you should treat every human with dignity and respect. Even if you don't fuck with somebody, you can be cordial and you can have these. You can have normal dialogue.
That is where I am not grown enough.
You can have this is just me. You can have normal dialogue conversation.
Baby, if I've done this to relatives. If I don't fuck with you, I'll look right
through you.
I did this.
Yeah,
now.
I
all sit in the living room, and I act like they wasn't even there.
Well, Nick,
they worked for me.
Nick, I'm gonna back up because I don't want to be a hypocrite because I have that type of situation as well, but they earned it. That's all I have to say about that. But like I said, you treat. I think all humans should be treated with dignity and respect. But I can literally
level, yes.
Say again.
On a very general level, yes.
Right. Here's what I'm getting at though.
Nick is me and I am.
You can be I think you can be cordial with somebody you don't fuck with after they show you who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, how you doing? All of this stuff like that. Now you don't have to go, oh my God, we cool and shit like that. You about to get none of that out of me. I'm going to be cordial. I'm going to respect you, but I'm not going to hold these long, thought-provoking conversations with you because I don't really rock with you like that.
Care about
and that's fine. You got people. I'm pretty sure there's people out there that put me in that space as well, which is fine. You know, you like what you like. You deal with who you want to deal with, but it is irrational for somebody to think just because you're holding a conversation with them, you're being cordial and stuff like that. They still have, limited access. You ain't got all the channels. You got the fucking shit that's 2 steps below. You ain't got full access. You still got ads running in your shit as far as I'm concerned. You ain't got an ad-free version.
Yeah, you're Hulu with the ads. Yeah,
you Hulu with the fucking ads, and that's just that is absolutely okay at this age. You ain't going to jive with or rock with everybody, but you can still have alliances, and I'm talking about in a sense as where you're working in groups and collaborating, trying to reach a goal. Same goal, if that makes sense.
Yes,
but people can't have an expectation that. Because the reason why I rock like that is because the loyalty thing, because they have an expectation. Oh, they fuck with me. I don't want to give you a false sense of security when it comes to me being loyal to you because you be fucked up every single time fucking with me if that's the case. So that's basically where I'm at with it. Thoughts?
I think sometimes a lot of people will use your loyalty against you.
Oh, absolutely.
Like something that Tina said, that somebody said that they rock with Tina, but Tina's like, I don't rock with you. I don't even know you. And sometimes it's like somebody be like, oh yeah, I rock with you. Like, yo, you mad cool. In a ploy to try and get you to be cool with them, like they want to be cool with you.
Mm.
The circle.
You can't negotiate my existence in your life like that. That is completely up to
I like
me.
that. I like that.
That is up to me. Watch The Circle on Netflix.
I haven't, but I'm going to watch it. But you said you can't negotiate your existence in my. I'm gonna write that shit down.
Write that down.
Yeah, that shit was hard. You said you can't negotiate your existence in my life. I like that. I gotta use it. I gotta remember that, cuzzo. I ain't got time to write that shit down, but I gotta remember that. I'm using that shit.
You can't, because people will do that. People will use that. They will use that against you and say, I've seen you. If they've witnessed you interact with somebody else a certain way, they want that same type of interaction with you. But the dynamics of their friendship with you doesn't warrant that same response.
Well, it's like you said at the beginning, that people can use it as a manipulation tactic. They'll make you feel like you're a bad person. Me and Rika right at the same place. Rika said loyalty manipulation.
Yep.
And so that's what you was getting at, Becca, when you first started talking, that people will make you feel like you are not that person when you just not that person to them.
Y'all some different shit tonight. Talk that shit, Nick.
Right. Shut up and keep talking.
They'll try to come at you and put dents in your loyalty armor when it's just you, they not the one.
Perfect example of that is all
absolutely.
men. Right, perfect example of that is all men are dogs. No, sweetheart, all men to you are dogs.
Yeah, they dogs to you. You gotta figure out, you gotta figure out something but
They're
yourself.
dogs to you. They're dogs to you. You run into all the dogs. We don't all run into all dogs. All men cheat.
Well,
all men cheat on you.
Well, imaginary woman, a lot of men were dogs to me, so you are not alone. Date women. No, I'm joking.
Try something else.
But people really will, they really will, try that shit. And if you are not, and if you aren't strong-minded, then you will fall into that shit. You'll find yourself trying to prove yourself, as, I'm loyal to somebody who really not even worth it because they just trying to manipulate you.
Mm-hmm.
And the older you get, you learn that. I think that's a lesson that you get with experience and age. Because I remember being younger and wanting to be a people pleaser and wanted to make everybody my friend and wanted to make sure that everybody that knew that I knew was aware of how great of a friend I am. I'm such a good friend. I'm everyone's bestie. But as you get older, you realize that is just energy. You just don't. It takes too much of your time and space to do that, too much of your spirit to do that, and it could get exhausting. So as you get older,
that was me with a man, child.
Yeah, as you get older,
not all men, but I was like that in a relationship with a man, and oh my God, he cheated on me left and right. I would cook his dinners. I would wake up early in the morning as I woke up to go to my 2 jobs. He wasn't working, and I was trying to tell him, oh, I'm just so worthy of your love. I'm just so loyal to you. Yeah. To anyone who out there is listening or, or watching, I did that. So hopefully you don't have to go through that.
I like that. Bars. Shout out to Young Ho.
Bars.
Nick did that. So hopefully y'all don't have to go through that.
Bars.
Yo.
And as you get older, you be like, damn.
That was a waste of time.
And that's from you being vulnerable and wanting to be loved and all that stuff. And I get it. And I'm glad you brought that up because you have to, because people will play on your vulnerabilities. Like, for instance, like I usually get a little text or something when somebody dies. Hey, man, get the fuck up out my face, man. Like, I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Yes, someone did die. Absolutely. But yeah. I'm still not fucking with you like that. I'm sorry.
Listen, Stack said, don't even look my way. I don't care who's in this casket. Don't even look my way. Right. But think about it. For somebody to get you to that point, especially somebody in your family, like your actual blood relative, you have to understand and say to yourself, damn. How did this person cut me off this way, right? So there has to be some type of internalization in that. Mm-hmm. Whether you agree with it or not, there's a part of you that has to say, "What the hell did I do to this person to make them do this to me?"
And you know what? I wouldn't even be calling for shit like that if I hadn't done it before myself. If I wrong somebody, which is very rare, I'm very scared of karma, so I don't try to do people dirty because I think there's good. I think that I am a firm believer in fucking good karma and bad karma. So if I feel as though I screw somebody over, or if I was mean to someone and it was probably over the top, I will apologize. I have no problem doing that because I don't want. I'm always looking over my shoulder. Karma's if bad karma's coming, but yeah, some people will try to definitely play on your vulnerabilities, like that grown ass man you was taking care of. Funny shit though. I will say that because Jesus Christ,
that can work in reverse too. Because there's definitely some people I should have shitted on that I did not because I didn't.
No, 100%.
There's definitely people that I should have given the middle finger to, but because I know the world turns, I didn't want that. I didn't want that to come back to me in any kind of way. So I try to treat people that way as well.
And that's
I don't want
why
that to come back.
it's funny you say that, because yeah, I've been there as well, and it's just best to leave it. What I'll do is I just leave it alone, place that person where I need to place them, and just move on from there. Because I'm not gonna, I'm not, because a lot of people are into revenge, the clapback, all that stuff. I ain't got time for all that. I'm gonna just, hey, you stay over there. You good over there. You keep your ass fuck over here. Don't talk to me. Don't even mention me. And if you try to say something to me, I'm gonna walk past your ass like I'm the fine chick in the club, walking past a line of dudes that's trying to hit on them. But yeah,
something. Cause you're not anymore. That's what you do with them people.
Hey, y'all,
I don't know the words. I'm sorry. I was trying to sing "I Will Survive."
It's about that time.
I'm gonna stay alive.
Good show, y'all.
Before that, when she says, "Go out the door, just turn around now, because you're not welcome anymore."
Yeah.
Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbyes? You think I crumble?
I know
think I lay down and die?
Hey.
Oh no, no.
I
will survive. Look at Nick dancing. I hear that.
y'all better dance y'all ass into these damn parting shots. Good show, y'all. Okay, check this out. Hey, good show, y'all. Hey, Becca, go first. Parting shots.
Don't let anybody negotiate their existence in your life.
Off that shit.
Whoever is or is not in your life is 1,000% on you. Take ownership of that, and don't let anybody manipulate you like that. We too old for that.
Is that a Becca original? Because I want to give you the credit.
That is a Becca original.
Hey, shit, that'd be my fucking tagline somewhere. Do not let any. Say it one more time for the people.
Don't let anybody negotiate their existence in your life.
Yes,
that is 1,000% up to you.
I love it. Nick, parting shots, and also while you parting the shots, let people know where they can find us at. Let people know where they can listen to this pod at when we're done. Parting shots.
Yes. Rest in peace to Olivia Newton-John once again. Fuck the guys who killed Ahmaud Arbery. Fuck gentrification.
Yep.
And don't go to countries, where my philosophy was always don't go to countries where there is not a United States embassy. Is there an embassy in Russia?
Pretty sure there is, but I'll have to fact check that.
Or places that we're about to go to war with, but like I said before, I'll be praying for Brittney and her family.
Yeah, it works out.
And don't be out here being no fucking sucker for nobody.
Right.
Nobody. And you can catch the guys, all of the episodes on Apple Podcasts, and I don't know the Android thing. What is that? Stats?
Google Play,
Stitcher, Google Play, all that other bullshit. Everybody team on my iPhone on here tonight, so I can talk mad shit about Android. Whatever other bullshit y'all listen to, I don't know. All them other bullshit platforms that you Android users have, our pods are on there. You'll probably have a hard time getting to them because your fucking phone is going to freeze and all that dumb shit.
But we appreciate all of our listeners who have Androids.
Yes, we love y'all too.
We still love y'all though. Y'all fucking peasants.
Even though your texts come up green, we love you.
Y'all dusty as shit too. We'll put that out. You know what? Let me stop. Hey yo.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and isolate, half of our audience. While you're at it.
Don't Android shame, cousin. Don't Android shame.
Oh, man. Hey, I actually have an Android. I use it as like
my work phone is an Android
or some shit like that. But
what the hell is? I didn't know how to work it.
Anyhow, y'all.
I really needed help learning how to work how to operate my work phone because it's an Android. I was like, What?
And that
You can't just
S22
knock on it
it
and the
comes
screen
back,
turn on?
but it's not an iPhone, so I digress. Hey y'all, good show tonight, man. I had fun. I hope y'all had fun too. Hey yo,
I did too, despite my technical shit.
yeah, we got through it though. We got through it. So
shout out to Nigeria. Real quick before we leave, this is from the World Cup. When Nigeria was in the World Cup, when they was at, where was the one after South? Was Brazil after South Africa? I can't remember. But
I think it was.
But Nigeria they had a whole spread with like a lot of different famous, Nigerian people wearing the various, Nigeria soccer merchandise. And they was like the flyest fucking team out there. And we all know how much I love Africa anyway. So
we love all things Africa.
I'm so mad that we all knew what.
Hey yo, let's get about it, man. Hey yo, shout out to Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Blackjack TV, channel 199, Spin TV, 1 Mile High Radio, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Blast Music Group. I don't want to forget nobody. Shout out to Apple. Shout out to everybody that's fucking with us. Shout out to Bobby Blackjack, come through like a motherfucker, like you always do. What else we got? Shout out to the guys.
The curtain, aka
Sean Mark, Tina B, Street Team General, Tazon. And tomorrow you got the Merv and Tazon show. They're gonna be talking about episode what is episode 9 that just came on? What was the title again?
Oh man, I forgot.
I gotta wait till Sunday to watch it.
Hold on, you didn't watch the last episode yet?
No, because I couldn't watch it with my girlfriend. That's one of the things that we do together. So
it was called Snow.
I have been avoiding all conversations about it. I've been, as soon as I see something about it on social media, I get out of there.
Yeah, that's
shout out to us.
I watched it.
Because I'm throwing our bid out there too. I don't know if you saw my text, but I'm throwing my bid out there for me and Stacks to be talking about that new Game of Thrones show that comes out this month.
House of Dragons. Okay, yeah, we got dibs. We already called it. We got it.
Already called it.
But yeah, I forgot what the fuck I was trying to do. Oh yeah, we was trying
tomorrow's
to get
P-Valley.
Right? Okay, tomorrow, Merv and Stack show. I mean, damn, the Merv and Tazon show. That would have been a throwback.
Yeah, that's why I said you took it back with that one.
And the Wednesday show, y'all know how we do. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every week, all week. Y'all know how we coming. Ain't shit about to stop. Thought we told you that we won't stop. But we done shout out everybody. We will see y'all tomorrow at 8 for the Merv and Tazon show. Salute, ladies. Y'all have a wonderful evening.
Yes. Go watch Grease, everybody.